God is great.
Is it that simple?
God is great. Don't get no simpler than that, bro.
Hello, listeners. My name is George Milton. Welcome to Milton's Messages. I have a couple of poems I would like to share with you, and I hope they will inspire you to read the King James Bible and find out what God has for you, depending on what you do. The first poem is entitled The Way It Is. The Way It Is. Today, I am grateful that God let me lose another pound that someone else found. I include God in just about everything I do, and I eat his spiritual food. Actually, I have no choice. I'm a faithful servant listening to God's voice. Exodus 18:19, Deuteronomy 30:10-16. If you are searching for God and his mercy, you will not find him Sunday churching. Keeping the Lord's Sabbath is not a thing of the past. Jesus said that his words will last forever. Matthew 24:35, 1 Peter 1:25. Jesus says to call him if you need help, but you have to be right and obey him. My family calls me and asks me to pray for them, but they get mad when I say to them, don't break the Sabbath, because the Lord does not hear the prayers of sinners. The Lord does not hear the prayers of sinners. If you think I'm just rambling, here are many examples. Proverbs 28:19, Isaiah 59:2, John 9:31, 1 Peter 3:12. I take them straight to the source, but sometimes it's like beating a dead horse. It is not all gloom and doom, but sometimes you have to be ready for things you're not ready for. But you must make plenty of room for obedience to God. They want to concentrate on fun instead of getting God's work done. It is a real lame game that they're playing. Reading and seeing God's might put fright in my mind to do right in Jesus' eyesight. When you keep it Jesus real, you feel so good. Some right now are sitting on the toilet thinking of how they're going to spoil it. Their salvation I'm talking about. Psalms 37. I'm not housing those kind of thoughts because salvation and grace can't be bought. You must learn how to earn it and not burn by reading the King James Bible. I had a lot of rain in my life before I started obeying Christ, but right now I'm racing to God with all my heart. There is no time for stumbling, bumbling, and grumbling because Jesus is coming real soon. Matthew 24:35-39, Revelation 1:7, Revelation 22:12. There, Jesus and me spelled it out for you. That's the way it is. So read the King James Bible, obey, and beat your rival, Satan. Now, if you want to turn this off, that will be your loss. But right now, I got another good poem for you filled with enlightenment. The second poem is entitled, I Quote Jesus. I Quote Jesus. Listeners, I hope that you are doing fine and obeying to receive your grace. Let's see now. I made homeless lunches and floured my chicken gizzards. Now you know what's next on the list. Talk about the Lord. Because I want us all to be on one accord. John 18:21-23 and Romans 15:4-6. I have a big taffy apple that I want to devour, but I'll eat it at a later hour. Right now it is about Jesus' written text and us doing our very, very best to please him. No matter whose feelings you hurt on earth, no matter whose feelings you hurt on earth. Matthew 10:32-38. It is almost a Sabbath again, and I have a big grin on my face, big grin on my face. One, because I obey all of God's commandments that He set in place to be obeyed forever. Two, because Jesus let me see another week with His glory and understanding. And I'm glad that that was His planning. The only plan that really counts is Jesus's. The Sunday clergy is teaching falsehoods, which is not good or pertinent to our salvation. 2 Corinthians 11:13-15, 1 Timothy 6:3-6, 1 John 4:1, and 2 John 1:7-9-10. All those verses substantiate what I am saying. So, who are all the Sunday churchgoers praying to? Not Jesus of the Bible. It is pertinent to your eternal survival that you know this. Otherwise, you are embracing Satan and his false doctrine. Everyone must have a holy convocation on the seventh day of the week, as commanded by Jesus. Everyone. Leviticus 23:3. Nothing has changed, and no man has authority or been granted the ordainment by God to change it. If you cannot read in the King James Bible, don't believe it. No man, no words, or nothing in this world supersede what Jesus said. Listen to the Sunday pastors or preach words will get you served something that you can't deal with eternally. That means burning, sisters and brothers. So I suggest that all men start reading and learning the true words of God. Women too. P.S. I quote what comes from Jesus' throat. I want to thank you for listening, and I'd like to tell you about my book I wrote called Read the Bible, Think and Obey. You can find it on thebookpatch.com. I would like you to purchase it. Thank you.
God is great.
Is it that simple?
God is great. Don't get no simpler than that, bro.